G'day everyone, welcome back to the Eternal Gathering. The Gathering here with another Case Files, this time Core Set 2021. And it's also our giveaway special, so make sure if you haven't already been subscribed to the channel, subscribe and have a comment in the comment section of any of the Case Files for Core Set 2021 for your chance to win a bundle of Core Set 2021 thanks to Josh and Pat's MTG Bazaar, who we're partnered with. We'll be sending one lucky subscriber a bundle free of charge in celebration of Core Set 2021 being released. And all you have to do, like I said, is be subscribed to the channel and comment on any of the videos, and I will put you in a lucky draw and randomize that for one of the viewers and subscribers of this channel. And I will comment on the person who won so they can let me know where to send the stuff. And that will competition will go through until 24 hours after the third video of this Core Set 2021 Case Files is done. So let's start off with the first box, and this first box is actually going to one of my mates who purchased this box for me to open on the channel, so thank you very much to my mate Fong. And he is hoping to get a full art Ugin foil, if be, but a full art Ugin I think he'll be happy with. So let's start us off, and we start with Garruk Unleashed. So this is one of the planeswalkers for the set. There are 6 in this set. And Garruk is 2 and 2 green for 4 loyalty. Garruk Planeswalker, +1 to give up to 1 target creature, +3/+3, and trample until end turn. And then create a 3/3 Grease Beast token. And if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Garruk Unleashed for the -2. So it could be a -1. And then its ultimate is -7. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So that's pretty good ultimate if you can get to it. And then we've got our uncommons and commons, and I'm not really going to go through them unless we get one of the showcase cards, which can be at common, uncommon, or rare. Peer into the Abyss is our rare. Target player draws a card equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life round up each time. Cool. Not sure what you do with that. Unless you play that in probably Commander in some kind of mill strategy. Subira, Tolzidi Caravaner. Why do I make it so hard, these words? 2 and a red haste, 1 mana, another type creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. 1 and a red, tap this card and discard your hand until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And it's a 2/3. It could be a good kind of top end card for a very aggressive mono red deck. I think it is kind of seeing some play at the moment just in standard to see how it goes, but I'm not sure if it will stick. And this is one of the showcase cards. Here's Chandra's Magmut, which is the Chandra showcase cards, so I'll keep that there. Makeshift Battalion as our foil. And Containment Priest. Really good card if you haven't played with this card before. Flash, if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. It's a 2/2. And really exciting because it's the first time coming into Modern and obviously Pioneer as well. But in Modern, I think this will see a lot of play as well. Especially in like humans decks, whether it's sideboard, or it could potentially see play also in Death and Taxes kind of strategies as well. So we got Temple of Triumph. So the temples are back into the set. And unfortunately, they've been printed quite a lot now and aren't as expensive as they once were when they first got printed in the original Theros. Spark Hunter Masticore. So this guy is actually really good. Interesting. 3 mana for 3/4. Artifact creature Masticore. An additional cost to cast this spell is to discard a card, which can be beneficial. It has protection from Planeswalkers, which is the most relevant thing here. So it can not be bounced by Teferis, which see play in multiple formats, or any other Planeswalkers for that matter. Can't destroy this or bounce it or do damage to it. It can also pay 1 mana to do 1 damage to target Planeswalker. You can pay that as many times as you want for as much mana as you have. So it can kill Planeswalkers that way. It also can gain Indestructible for 3 mana until end of turn, which also gives it some more ways to stay on the battlefield. So it's really actually a good card. I think we'll see a lot of play in Standard. And it might see some play in the sideboards in other formats. Would be my guess. Sorry, let's fix that up. So at the moment we got the one Garruk as our mythic, and we've got a foil again, Belfist Oak, and our rare is Conspicuous Snoop. So this card is also quite sought after at the moment, seeing as it can be comboed off with other cards in older formats like Modern and Legacy. So you play the top card of your library reveal, you may cast Goblin spells from the top of your library, and as long as the top card of your library is a Goblin card, this card has all activated abilities of that card. So there are combos, and if you haven't heard about them, have a look at my other video, the podcast that I just put up, and that will kind of explain it a bit more. But also a great card for Commander, and definitely that's where I would be playing it. I'm not sure if I would play it in Modern myself. I think it takes maybe a bit too much to get it going, but we'll see how it goes. Now we've got a Mountain that is also a showcase. Oh, and our second Mythic, Mangara the Diplomat. So this card is really good for Commander, definitely. 3 and a white for a 2/4 lifelink. Whenever opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you or Planeswalkers you control, you get to draw a card. And whenever opponent casts a second spell each turn, you draw a card. So you would be playing this if you play white for the card advantage there, which white struggles with in the Commander format. So if you're playing, like, I would say a white-red or mono-white kind of strategy, you would definitely want that. If you play other colors, then you might not necessarily want or need it. Baron Tolarian Archmage, 1 and 2 blue for a 2/2. When this enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker to its own hand, so it could be yours or opponent's. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield this turn, you draw a card. So if you do put something back to your hand, you get to draw a card on top of that. So you can get some more enter battlefield abilities happening. Otherwise, not super hype on that kind of card there. Another Chandra's Mage showcase. Temple of Mastery. These uncommons are annoying me at the moment. Sorry about that. So 2 mythics, pretty good start. No foil rares yet. Okay, we're trying to get, on average, you would get 2 foil rares. Duress, as our foil. And Sublime Epiphany. Alright, this card looks really, really interesting. And I think it can see play in multiple formats. 4 and 2 blue. Choose one or more. Counter target spell. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. And target player draws a card. So it is really reminiscent of Cryptic Command. And I think this can see play as a 1 or 2 of in older formats. And definitely in Standard, this I think we'll see a lot of play. I think it has a lot of relevant abilities that you would want to choose. On average, you would choose at least 2 or 3, I think. It's going to be very hard to get all 5 abilities done in one go. But if you get 2 or 3 off this, it's very worthwhile. And then no more showcase cards. So this core set has actually really got me excited. Usually core sets aren't like this, but there's some really good cards in here. Garruk's Harbinger, 1 and 2 green for a 4/3. Beast Hexproof from black, so protection from black, almost in a way. Can't be targeted by black spells or abilities. Whenever this deals combination to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library, so you could get 4, let's say. And then you may reveal a creature card or Garruk Planeswalker card from under them and put it into your hand, and then the rest on the bottom of your library. So it can search for Garruk or other creatures, which is pretty cool. Kind of like ability to have on that creature. A really interesting card. Double Vision, 3 and 2 red. Whenever you cast your first instant source spell, shine copy that spell. You may choose any targets for the copy. Could see some play in Commander. Teferi's Tutelage. There is a showcase again. That's the first showcase that's not Chandra. Glorious Anthem, a very old card that's been reprinted. Gives all your creatures +1/+1. Used to play that back when I first started playing Magic. There is another showcase card. Garruk's Gorehorn, 7/3 for 5 mana. That's it. Very vanilla-y there. I'm just gonna fix up some of these piles a little bit. Still no foil rare. We're probably getting close to halfway through the box. It's been a bit slow because I am reading the new cards just so people can get an understanding of what cards are in this set. Transmography. Exile target creature. That creature's controller reveals cards from the top of the library until they reveal a creature card and put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle the rest into their library. So it's one way to remove a threat for your opponents, but mostly would be used to kind of combo off, and you want to exile one of your creatures and find a creature that's much better in your deck. Usually you would probably play this on token creature and then find the creature in your deck that you want, which you probably will be playing only one creature in that kind of strategy. So for example, Emrakul, if you want to play Emrakul, you can have some token creatures, some ways to make token creatures, and then play that and then get Emrakul off the top. Azusa, Lost But Seeking, great reprint. 2 and a green for a 1/2, and you may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. It is a legendary creature, but it sees a lot of play in Modern and Commander, and it's a great reprint to have. It'll be interesting to see what it does in Standard, because it is quite a strong effect, being able to play 2 additional lands per turn. So with a format where there's a lot of ramp already, it seems I don't play Standard, but I do kind of know what's happening in a way, and a lot of Standard is about ramping up into your Nisses, and now you've got more ways to put lands into play. Caverick, the Spiteful, other creatures get -1/-1. It's a 4 mana for a 3/2. Not sure what you can do with that in constructor formats, apart from like EDH, where you might want to play that with some sack outlets. Frantic Inventory for our foil there. And Speaker of the Heavens, 1 white for 1/1, Vigilant Lifelink, and you can tap it to create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying, and activate this ability only if you have at least 7 or more life than your starting life, and only any time you can cast a sorcery. So cool card for Commander, definitely. Maybe could see play in like lifelink strategies in Standard if that becomes a thing. That was a bit hard to get out. Alright, foil rare here. Jaraal Mawonvili Recluse. 1 and a green for a 1/2 legendary creature. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you get a 2/2 cat creature token. And you can pay 4 and 2 green. And to end of turn, creatures you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is number of cards in your hand. Interesting. And then Thieves Guild Enforcer, 1 black for a 1/1 flash. When it enters the battlefield or another rogue enters the battlefield, you get to mill 2 cards. So mill is now a way of saying that you put 2 cards into your from your library into your graveyard. And now it's a keyword. And as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, this gets +2/+1 and it has Death Touch. So it could be a 3/2 flash for 1 mana, which would be a good rate if you play a strategy where you are milling your opponent. Leliana Steward is our showcase card. Sorry, a bit off camera. So it's our first rare. Hopefully we get 2 rares per box. And we still hopefully get a couple more mythics. This is a Sanctum of Awe. It's all 5 colors for a legendary shrine enchantment. Legendary enchantment shrine. Beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card and put it into the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. And if an ability of another shrine you control triggers, while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. Cool, fun card to kind of build around, but I don't think I'll see any play anywhere, unless it's Commander. But then again, the shrines that are available don't do much. And I don't think it'd be a great strategy, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah. Alright, so we got Thrill of Possibility as our foil, and Scavenging Ooze making a comeback into standard set. So 1 and a green. It sees a lot of play in older formats. 2/2. You can pay 1 green to exile any card from a graveyard, but if it was a creature card, you put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze and you gain a life. So really good against aggressive strategies or graveyard strategies for that matter, that reanimate or things like that nature. Okay, definitely going to be halfway through the box now. A foil mountain and Chandra's Incinerator. 5 and a red for a 6/6 trample elemental, and it costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent's this turn. So if you can play a burn spell and deal some damage to your opponent, this will be cheaper to cast. And then whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, if this is on the battlefield, this gets to deal that much damage to a creature or planeswalker that player controls. So people are talking about it, seeing play in standard and definitely in older formats. I'm still not kind of sold on it. I think it'd still be very hard to kind of get out. It's very specific in what you need to bring it out early, and if you get it later in a game, it's hard to cast it. So I don't know if it's going to see the play, but we'll see what happens. Pursued Whale, 5 and 2 blue. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 red pirate creature token with this creature can't block, and creatures you control attack each combat if able. So they have to keep attacking into you. And then spells your opponents cast that target pursued whale costs 3 more to cast, and it's an 8/8. So cool little flavor text there, Moby Dick. But otherwise, far too expensive to be seeing play, in my opinion. So just a cool little card to kind of build around. It'd be nice maybe to get it in a sealed kind of pool and be able to ramp into it. We'll see what happens there, but yeah. Oh, nice planes here. Showcase planes. And another Dural Monwali Recluse, which we saw before with our foil. So you got 2 of those. 1 foil, 1 non-foil. I don't know if you're going to be able to get 2 showcases in a booster. You were able to do that in Ikoria. Maybe you can get like a land and a non-land. Oh, that's a borderless card. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. We got a rare. So Animal Sanctuary is a rare. And then, wow, so we got a borderless Massacre Worm, a mythic. So we got a rare and a mythic in the same pack. That's really interesting. So Massacre Worm's going to cease play in Commander, and it enters the battlefield. Creatures your opponent's control get -2/-2 in end of turn, and whenever a creature in opponent control dies, that player loses 2 life. And it's a 6/5 for 6. Wow, so we got 2 rares. That's nice. And you still get your 3 uncommons, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 commons. So it takes a common slot. Wow, that's really interesting. That is really cool, actually. I didn't know that you could do that, so that's really cool to see that you can get a rare and then a borderless card in the same pack. Oh, look at that. Liliana, Waker of the Dead, and it is in the showcase frame. So 2 and 2 black for 4 loyalty. Planeswalker Liliana, +1. Each player discards a card, and then each opponent who cannot do that loses 3 life. So strictly better than Liliana of the Veils, +1. And then -3, target creature gets -X into end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So if you do have cards in your graveyard, you can kill some stuff off. And then -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield, any graveyard, under your control, and it gains haste. I think this is quite a strong Planeswalker itself. Definitely. Oh, there you go. So you can get 2 showcase cards in a pack. 3 showcase cards in a pack. Wow. 3 showcase cards in that one pack. A mythic, a uncommon, and a common. So really good couple of packs there. That was really cool. A pack leader rare. So it just keeps going. These value. 1 and a white for 2/2. Other dogs you control get +1/+1. So dogs have come into Magic now, and all hounds are now dogs. And then whenever pack leader attacks, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to dogs you control. And then Brush Taunter, indestructible, 1/1 for 5 mana. But whenever it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. And then you can make this fight another target creature. So you can inadvertently deal damage to your opponents, or have a strategy where you can try and just do as much damage as you can to the goblin, and then do that damage to your opponent. Not a great card, but fun little card. Oh, there's another full art, and I think it's foil. Oh, Teferi, Master of Time foil. Very nice. Beautiful. Borderless foil Teferi, Master of Time. Well done, well done. Really beautiful card. Wow. I know he will be very happy to open that. So 2 and 2 blue for Teferi, where you can activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time, on any player's turn. Anytime you can cast an instant. And you can +1 to draw a card and discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. and then -10, take 2 extra turns on this one. Wow. I think this is probably going to be $100, maybe even more, this card. Beautiful card. And another mythic. Oh my god, this is a really good box. Baneslayer Angel. 5/5. Flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from dragons and from demons. Wow. Great box, actually, this one. Nice. Not gonna lie, a bit jealous, but nonetheless, really happy to get that on camera and share it with people. Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Whenever you gain life, target opponent lose that much life, and you can give all creatures you control lifelink for 5 mana. Wow, I just can't get over the fact what we just opened. A Teferi. Probably the most sought after kind of card in this set is Teferi and probably Ugin. Borderless foils, and we just got one of them, so that's amazing. Fabled Passage, a reprint. Foil Destructive Tampering, and Rune Halo. Which is another nice reprint. Oh, got another one of these. Showcase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs left. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mythics. One being a borderless full art foil Teferi. D-Line Sovereign, giving cats +1/+1 and protection from dogs, and whenever one or more cats you control deal combat to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Wow. What a box. I don't think I'll be very surprised if we don't if we open, sorry, a box better than what we just opened just then. Indulging Patrician and Gadrak the Crown Scourge. It's can't attack unless you control 4 more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. 5/4. So you could get it out early and start swinging with it, but you need to be playing an artifact heavy deck. Heartfire Immolator, the foil, 9 lives, so you can't lose the game. Or not, you can lose. You can't lose the game, and unless this leaves the battlefield. It has hexproof, but every time you get dealt damage, you lose one of its counters. It starts with 9 counters. Temple of Epiphany. As we come to the last pack of this first box, which has been an amazing box. I'm really happy with what we've opened. And Garruk's Harbinger is our rare, and it is the showcase frame. Really cool cards. Let's just go look at these amazing mythics we just got. Fairy Master of Time, full art, borderless foil, Baneslayer Angel, Liliana, Massacre Worm, Mangara, and Garruk Unleashed. Wow. Alright, I'm going to set up for the second box. Okay, and we're back for the second box. And after that first box, wow. I'm going to try and go a bit faster through this one. I know the videos may be going for a bit longer this time around, but I just want to kind of read through the cards as we go through the first couple of boxes, and then the other videos I'll be a bit quicker. Alright, let's get started. Teferi, Master of Time, first card out of the box. Nice. And this is the original version. And we just saw the borderless version in the previous box. So that's a really good start. I'm really happy with that. I think that card is just going to see play everywhere. Animal Sanctuary, we kind of skipped through that last time. It's get to put +1/+1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake for 2 mana and adds 1 colorless mana. Because we got that borderless Teferi. I kind of skipped that. Oh no, Teferi, it was a Massacre Worm, sorry. It was a foil, not foil, borderless Massacre Worm. Containment Priest. Really good rare to get. Barlin again. It's going quicker around this time. Starting off strong with the Teferi. Kavrik, the Spiteful. I like how they've kind of made boosters a bit better in terms of more fun in terms of opening different versions and all that kind of stuff. I know there's a lot of versions now, but I like the different kind of borderless things that you can get in this set. Bad Deal is our foil. And then Rada, Heir of Keld. We haven't seen this one. 1 in a red and a green for 3/3, and it gets first strike as long as it's your turn. You may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you can play lands from the top of your library. And then you can pay 4 and a red and a green to get +X/+X to end a turn where X number of lands you control to Rada. I think that will see some play, definitely. In standard and really cool card for Commander. Where it's just play anywhere else, I'm not too sure, but definitely those two formats I think you'll see a lot of play. Now we got Spore Web Weaver, 3 mana for a 1/4, Hexproof from blue, reach, and when it's dealt damage you gain 1 life and create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. So interesting kind of spider, good to put in a spider commander deck, I would assume. I don't play spider commander decks, but if you do, that's definitely a card that I think would go well in that kind of deck. Capture Sphere and Fire Emancipation as a mythic, second mythic. So 3 and 3 red. If a source you control will deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. And that's one-sided, so that's really cool for definitely Commander, and maybe some combo potential in older formats or standard. But definitely Commander, really cool kind of card to have if you're playing an aggressive strategy and you get to that 6 mana and you want to do extra damage. Nice thing to have. Subira. A Mountain Pitchburn Devils foil and Primal Might. A target creature you control gets +X/+X into end of turn and fights up to 1 target creature you don't control for X and a green. See the Truth. I like this card. Sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and rest on the bottom of your library. If this spell is cast from anywhere other than your hand, you get to put all 3 cards into your hand. So you can play this with, like, in, let's say, Modern with Snapcaster Mage, being able to play things from your graveyard. If you play anything off the top of your library as well, you can get that ability. But I really like it in conjunction with Snapcaster Mage in Modern. We got Substantiate as a foil, and then our rare is Shacklegeist. 1 in a blue, flying when can only block creatures with flying and tap to untap spirits control to tap target creature you don't control. I don't think that will be seeing any play. Unfortunately, I don't think it's strong enough to do so. Solemn Simulacrum, good card for Commander. Being able to search live for a basic land card when it enters battlefield and draw a card when it dies. Definitely a good reprint. Garruk's Gorehorn, that's what says. Foil, Volcanic Salvo, 10 and 2 red. But this spell costs excess cards for X is the total power of creatures control, and it deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. Not something that I would think sees play anywhere, to be honest. Far too high cost that you need to have creatures on the battlefield. Too many things are needed to make it worthwhile. 9 lives, which we saw earlier. Garruk's Uprising is a showcase card that we just got. Okay, I think we're probably getting about halfway through. We've got 2 mythics so far. Cage Zombie and Spark Hunter Mastical. And Teferi's Protege. Like a showcase. Mazemind Tomb. We haven't seen this one. So it's 2 mana for an artifact. You can tap it to put a page counter on Mazemind Tomb and to scry one. 2 mana and tap it to put a page counter on Mazemind Tomb and to draw a card. And when there are 4 or more page counters on Mazemind Tomb, exile it and gain 4 life. Yeah. Interesting for sealed and draft, but otherwise, don't think I'll be seeing any play. Far too slow. Even for Commander. I think it's far too slow. Transmogrify. Or Mography, whatever it's called. Whoa! Okay. So we got another double pack. Grim Tutor, Mythic. 1 and 2 black to search library for a card and put a card into your hand and shuffle your library, lose 3 life. It's a reprint. And really nice. Borderless. Card, good for maybe Commander, but other than that, I think it's there's other cards that do better things. It is a good reprint in terms of it was very low supply. Now people will be able to get it, but yeah, not a great card, I would say, but it's definitely a good card. Ghostly Pilferer, 1 in a blue, 2/1. Whenever this becomes untapped, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card, and whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card, and discard a card. This can't be blocked. Interesting. Quarian Dryad, foil, and Sanctum of Awe is our rare. Definitely halfway through the box, I would say now. Anointed Chorister is a foil, and Niambi Esteemed Speaker. 2/1 flash for white and blue. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another target creature you control back to its owner's hand. And if you do, you gain life equal to that creature's mana cost. And you can pay 1, a blue and a white. Tap this and to discard a legendary card to draw 2 cards. Interesting card. I think it's very interesting. I'm not sure if it will see play in older formats, but definitely standard could be a potential for it. Yeah, a really interesting kind of thing there where you can discard a legendary to draw some more cards, and it helps itself. If you got 2 copies of it, you play one, you can discard one of the copies in your hand. Foil Solemn Simulacrum and a pack leader for the rare. So that's our first foil rare, I believe. Just double check. I think it is. Yes, it is. First foil rare. Hopefully we can get one more foil rare. Basri's Lieutenant. Oh, didn't really read that. We'll probably get one later on. Elder Gargaroth. This is a mythic. 3 and 2 green for a 6/6 vigilance, reach, trample, and when it attacks or blocks, you get to choose one. You can get a 3/3 beast token creature. You can gain 3 life, or you can draw a card. Too slow. Far too slow. Probably the worst mythic to get, in my opinion, for this set. Probably back in the day would have been a really good card. Chandra's Incinerator in the showcase frame. Another showcase frame there. So we've got 4 mythics, one being borderless thus far. Demonic Embrace. Chain creature gets +3/+1 and has flying and is demon. And you may cast this from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding card. In addition to paying, it's 3 mana. Not super keen on that kind of card. It takes a lot to kind of bring it back from the graveyard. Might be interesting in sealed or draft format. Oh, Solemn Simulacrum foil borderless. Very beautiful. Wow. That's a very nice card to get. And then Garruk's Harbinger. So we've got our second foil and it's a borderless card. Very nice to get. Temple of Silence, the first temple, I think, of the box. Speaker of the Heavens, which we got earlier. Temple of Epiphany. Azusa Lost But Seeking. As we come down to the last few packs of this second box. We got 5 to go. So we've got 4 mythics, 2 foil rares, one being borderless rare. Storming Entity, 3 and 2 blue for 3/3. Flying prowess creature which enters the battlefield and scry 2, but it costs 2 and blue less to cast if you cast the instant sorcery spell this turn. So you can get it down for just 1 and a blue, which is very another interesting kind of card that might see play in older formats. Especially like the Arclight Phoenix decks, if you are familiar with those. That could be something that could see play in. Double Vision. Be nice if we can get one more mythic in the last few packs. I'll be happy with that. There's the Lieutenant again. 3 and a white for 3/4. Vigilance special from multicolored. And when it enters the battlefield, put a +++ counter on target creature you control. And then when this or another creature you control dies, if it had a +++ counter on it, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance. Last couple of packs. So as always, guys, like, subscribe to the channel. Your chance to win a bundle pack. It's Scavenging Ooze foil, very nice foil to get, and Rune Halo. Make sure to comment to get in a running to win that bundle. Thanks to Josh and Pat's MTG Bazaar. You can find a link to those guys in the description. And the last card, Heroic Intervention, a really good reprint. Sees a lot of play in Commander, and it gives you permanents you control. Gain Hexproof, indestructible until end of turn. And we finish off with a nice kind of reprint. We got our 4 mythics: Teferi, Master of Time, Fiery Emancipation, Grim Shooter, Borderless, and Elder Gargroth. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, everything on stack has resolved, and good games everyone. G'day everyone, it's The Gatherer here. Thanks for checking out the channel. And if you live in Australia and love Magic the Gathering, then our affiliate Facebook group, Josh and Pat's MTG Bazaar, is the place to go to purchase awesome singles and sealed product for bargain prices. It's a page where you can bid daily for the cards you need, or for the cards that you don't but can't resist, as the thrill of the hunt is too much to pass. Check them out in the link below.